just a second.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to ask you to change the skin.
Yeah, right. I also need the guns, the door gunners.
Request rearming. Copy.
Okay, just waiting for the gunners to set, and then we're good to go.
This is for the weight of the helicopter.
Yeah, and because I like it, just looks cool, you know.
Okay.
He can't forget his army days.
That's right.
Then you should open the doors. That looks much better.
That's what I'm doing anyways, yeah. Here we go. Okay, beacon lights on for takeoff in chalk order. Beacon lights are on. Okay, Mickey, you're good to go. Meanwhile, while you are lifting, I will roughly explain what this is all about, just very quick. Mickey is flight lead, I am Chalk 2, and he is flying his route, and I pretty much don't know where he's actually going, because he won't tell me. And my job is to stay information and to represent you guys what I'm doing about to stay information. And this is the purpose of this training. I would like to you guys to represent the most easiest way to hold your position in the formation and basically to maintain your angle. And if this applies to just in Chalk 2, then this applies for every Chalk as well. So in essence, if everybody in the formation, and even it's an 8 or 10 ship formation, is doing what I'm doing now, then the whole formation remains stable. Okay? Mickey, you're good to go. And you guys also need to let me know when something is wrong with the stream, you can't see anything or distortions or something like this. Two lifting. First of all, it's highly recommended and very necessary that you guys use the trim. Without the trim, we're basically screwed. Once Mickey is stable and I settled in the formation, I start to explain what I'm doing here. Two in position. Okay, as you can see, I'm focusing the entire time his helicopter. And I most of the time try to keep the posts from the skids. As you can see now, the right skid back post is lining up with the left skid first post. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
And that is what I'm focusing on. And this is also my indicator to let me know when I'm either too fast or too slow. When I'm too fast, it looks like this. And if I'm too slow, it starts to look like this. Yeah? And if I'm totally get lost or lost contact to the formation that I need to rejoin, I try to just try to focus on that posts of the skids. It doesn't necessarily be very nice all the time, yeah. It's just the possibility for you guys to estimate your position. And now we come to trim. Trim is very important in flying the helicopters. And I think Mo can agree with me, specifically for Russian helicopters, how important it is.
Yep.
And there are nice videos on YouTube where you can see how often the Russian pilots are using the trim button. Sounds like a machine gun. Okay, I'm focusing this view even if I'm closing up or if I am enlarging the distance. Now I'm about 3 rotor discs, which is the close formation. And if I get even closer to tight, which is about 2 rotor discs. Okay, I'm now on tight, Mickey, just that you know.
Copy.
Or if I'm expanding distance to loose, which is about 10 rotor discs. Or extended, which would be more than 10 rotor discs. But from that position, it's clearly to see that you can't really focus anymore on that specific items with the skids. But you can just guess about it. Okay, now I'm getting back closer. Okay, I'm back on close. The idea of having formation flying without announcing turns is that the flight lead can focus entirely on his route, on flying. That puts workload off his shoulders. And is a bit of de-stress for the formation. And this also applies on landings in the LZ. So basically, the only thing that should be announced is when the LZ is ahead, and probably there are specific remarks marking the LZ that the pilots have an idea where they want to go. But in some cases, specifically on a very hot LZ, even this is not possible. So then it would be good when the pilots know how to land in the formation, and even this is not announced.
Virus ahead.
Roger. Speaking of positions, currently I am in Chalk 2. What I'm doing here now also works for Chalk 3. I now switch my position to Chalk 3 and pretending that Mickey is Chalk 2 in the formation. It's a bit trickier here because of the frame from the window, but the process is the same. You could change to your co-pilot seat, and then you have pretty much the same view that I have from the pilot seat as Chalk 2. Okay, switching back to Chalk 2 position. And back in Chalk 2. So far, any questions from you guys?
No, all clear.
No.
And if you now imagine if everybody in the formation is doing this, how would the formation then look like?
Real tight.
Amazing.
Very good looking.
That's basically what real life pilots do as well. So they're focusing on specific parts of the helicopter in front of it. On the Mi-8, it's the tires. You have the I think it's the right wheel, the right main wheel, sitting somewhere between the front and the left wheel from the helicopter in front, and then you have a good idea whether you're in the right position or not.
Yeah, it's like if you can see all three wheels equally spaced, then you're perfect.
Okay, Mickey. We can slowly go home. I don't know if you want to put in an LZ approach.
Yeah, I just wanted to land in this field in front of us, but okay, we can go home.
Yeah, up to you. Up to you. I don't know.
Memphis, a question. You focus on your on the helicopter in front of your formation, but you also have one eye of your peripheral into your front view to avoid obstacles.
Yes, from time to time. It depends a little bit. You know, from this point, I pretty much know where I'm flying. Specifically, when I'm focusing on the main helicopter and I see the environment around me, then I can have a good guess. Okay, there's plenty of space beneath me, so I can focus on the helicopter. But there are also regions where this is a bit tricky, specifically on landing in tight LZs, unannounced. Yeah, then you should, very short before you actually touch down, focus on your own landing rather than on the position.
Yeah, when you're coming into an LZ, Memphis, would it be fair to say that your release point is called that because at that point everyone is looking for their own best landing setup while staying in formation?
Yeah, that's correct. This is about route planning and specific waypoints and the actual meaning of those waypoints. That's correct.
Oh yeah, so you fly your route and then you have a waypoint there's a release point in which the formation is not tight anymore, but you focus on your landing position and you keep your formation approximately then. That's what I understand?
Yeah, what you guys shouldn't mix up with this training is not imposing or implying to say from now on that all formation flight remains unannounced. That's not the case. The purpose of this training is to give you an idea how best to maintain your angle. Yeah, and if you maintain your angle, then the whole formation sticks together. That does not take off the responsibility from the flight lead to announce specific parts of the route, like the individual waypoints, like start point, ACPs, and most specifically the release point and the landing zone. Yeah, we have the factor of collisions, of mishaps that we want to avoid. Yeah, and it is you know, it is good to know how this works, but it's not the way that we usually fly. The way we usually fly is that we announce turns, and we also announce waypoints.
But also, as you get more and more familiar with this kind of formation flying, you are also becomes a reflex, becomes an intuition, and that means that you're better able to discuss other more urgent business, like traces from the right-hand side coming up 50 degrees, to, and that sort of thing.
Thanks, Mickey.
Yep.
Okay, guys, we now pair up in two ships, and you guys guys can then fly around the airbase and practice this, what we just did. And let's say we do this for 20 minutes, half an hour maximum, then we join back at the airfield, and then we try to add another ship to the formation. If we are enough people here, that seems to be, then we will form 2 formations with 3 ships, and you guys just try to hold your position in the formation, and the flight lead remains his turns unannounced. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm getting
Yep.
off from the stream now, and then you guys can start to form groups of 2 of pairs.